Welterweight champion, looking to get himself a world title shot. He's relinquished all the other crowns because he only is interested now in a world title shot. And you just felt tonight it was only a case of McCreesh showing up for work against Ojay Abrahams. Veteran from Watford, always game and a good puncher, always value for money. But really on the record, McCreesh against Abrahams was verging on a McCreesh mismatch. Didn't quite work out like that. Here's round three.
Second round 3.
Round 3 of a marking time fight, really, for Geoff McCreesh in the blue, formerly of Stockton-on-Tees, now fighting out of Bracknell, where he's lived since he was a teenager. And up against the rather unusual Ojay Abrahams. Always a bit of fun. Self-publicist. But he's being caught a little bit more now by McCreesh. And this is the round that Abrahams finally fell apart to Wayne Alexander, and he takes his eyes there off McCreesh.
McCreesh still not timing his attacks too well as yet. Still a little bit ragged himself. Maybe just a little bit rusty.
And a bit desperate maybe to get this one done quickly.
Yeah, well, when you're not boxing smoothly, you start trying to force things, and I think that's what's happening here. He just wants to take his time. He has 8 rounds to go here. There's nothing at stake as long as he keeps winning. Just take his time and make the punches count. He's just too keen, I think, to get on top of Abrahams.
McCreesh had Abrahams down the first time they met, but that was 5 years ago. And it did go the distance. He'd be hoping for a stoppage win here. You never know quite what you're going to get with Ojay.
When they trade jabs, Abraham quite often is coming off better, so I think McCreesh wants to double the punches, 2s, 3s, 4s. Single punches is maybe not what he should be trying here.
Well, he is giving away that weight, McCreesh, a natural welter. And Ojay Abrahams at 11, 2 1/4. Good uppercut, but McCreesh has got a solid chin.
It's Abraham's jab that is giving him the most problems. He's just outreached and he's walking right onto that jab. Abraham's not throwing enough to be winning the rounds, probably. But you don't want to be banged. They're solid jabs.
Oh, McCreesh caught there and goes down. Touches down.
Perfect right-hand punch, that one, and he's nodding to his corner. He's all right. If that punch is not going to knock him out, I don't think Abrahams is knocking him out tonight. That was a beauty.
Well, that was not in the script, and Ojay Abrahams fancies this. He's looking for that right uppercut. Again, takes his eyes off McCreesh.
No, he pointed to the floor. He tried to get McCreesh to look at the floor. That was the old man trick there, Abrahams. It was a good try. It didn't work.
An interesting tactic and a bad round for Geoff McCreesh, who's got a little mark above his right eye as well, and was down.
That was a good experience from Abrahams. They got into a little bit of a muddle. McCreesh backed off, but he pounced right on top of him and took his chance, and that was a beautiful right-hand punch. Bang on the chin. Straight away, McCreesh is nodding back to his corner, but he was still a little bit shaken. Bang. If that punch doesn't finish the job, you start to wonder what will. Look at this, a beauty. Bang. Couldn't be delivered any better. That's the best right-hand punch Abrahams can throw. It was a beauty.
Yes, Ojay Abrahams showing he has the power to get to McCreesh.
Round 6.
6th round, and there was a little smile on the face of Freddie King there, trainer of Ojay Abrahams, because he knows his man is doing well against Geoff McCreesh, the former British welterweight champion, hoping so much for a crack at the world title. He failed in a European title It was a disaster back in November '97 against Michele Picarillo. Not only was he stopped in the night, but he failed a drug test. He's always protested his innocence, and in fact the hospital in Rome has been closed down because of bribery and corruption, so he's been exonerated from that. But he's always had his ups and downs, Geoff McCreesh. And he's having it tonight. Being caught with the right hand too much, isn't he, Jim?
Yep, he's doing everything wrong. It's just that his timing is well off. It's as though he hasn't had the proper sparring and preparation for this fight. Either that, he's taking it lightly, but nothing is going right. Everything is forced. Nothing is flowing. You usually, I mean, he's not a purist by any means, but usually he lets the punches flow. He can put punches together, but tonight he's struggling. Everything he tries seems to be forced.
McCreesh has been the distance before with the sort of poorer fighters in the game and gets up for the big occasion. Maybe that's at issue here, but he was saying he wanted Abrahams out early tonight to make a statement to the WBO champion Ahmed Kotiev.
He can be in danger of disqualification with that type of stuff. They've both been warned for untidy tactics. That was outrageous, holding his head, landing about 4 or 5 punches. That was stupid. I mean, he's beginning to box better. Abrahams, it seems to be tiring a little bit. There's a chance now we could get into control, but he doesn't want to do silly things.
He's got to be careful. McCreesh was disqualified against Michael Smythe for holding and against Steve Goodwin for a headbutt in the past. Always so keen. Sometimes.
Abrahams is only managing 1 punch at a time now. I think he's really feeling the pace. McCreesh is beginning to outwork him now.
Just controlling the centre of the ring a little more now, Geoff McCreesh. But Abraham's still very dangerous.
There's still no imagination in what McCreesh is doing. If you're thinking about world title fights, I mean, you should be showing a bit of technique, a little feint here, force this guy into making mistakes. But no, it's just the same old stuff, round after round. The timing is just not there tonight.
McCreesh just gave a little glance down at us here at ringside, as if to say he doesn't know what is going wrong with tonight.
Maybe he's wishing he was sitting beside us, Adam. Maybe that's what it is.
Oh, right hand, just before the bell from Abrahams, and McCreesh is down again.
And it's a count, yep.
The second time he's been down, Geoff McCreesh, and this is turning into a nightmare. He's okay, he goes back to his corner. Jim Evans quickly tends to McCreesh, but this is terrible for the man from Bracknell. 8th and final round at welterweight between Geoff McCreesh and Ojay Abrahams. And McCreesh, who is looking for a world title chance, is in serious trouble here. He's down on the cards, we think, at ringside. Jim there has him 3 points behind to Ojay Abrahams of Watford. This maverick performer, character in the ring, but he's only won 14 of his 35 fights, Abrahams, and McCreesh did have a win over him back in '94. This could be a disaster for Geoff McCreesh here. He's had problems motivating himself, I know, for these sort of 8-rounders.
Yeah, but that's all part of the game. That's all part of the game. I mean, you should do at this stage in your career, when you're looking forward to title fights, you should be working out in the gym, you should be learning, you should be thinking what you're doing. But McCreesh has just been going through the motions tonight. A lot of the rounds have been very close, they've been very scrappy. Okay, the referee can see them differently from the way I'm seeing them, but whatever the verdict here, McCreesh has really been struggling badly. 2 knockdowns against him. If he comes away with a win here tonight, he can consider himself a very lucky man.
Very lucky indeed. He told me he thought Ahmed Kotiev would be ringside, the WBO champion. I don't know whether he just doesn't want to impress him. We don't think Kotiev's here, but if he was here, he would not be worried about what he sees in Geoff McCreesh. Certainly not on this performance. Remember, fighters do have off nights, but he didn't want one tonight, McCreesh. And according to Jim's scorecard, McCreesh needs to knock Abrahams out. And he hasn't got long. a better right hand to the body from McCreesh. But Abrahams just has to hang in there now. He's lost his last 4, Abrahams. This would be a tremendous win for him, but he's tiring.
He's been blowing for the last 3 rounds, but McCreesh hasn't been able to take advantage of that. Really, McCreesh should be cleaning up his act, forcing this fella into making some mistakes, drawing the leads, but he's trading leads. Instead of drawing leads, he's trading leads. And there again, he just banged right onto a solid left jab. Abrahams has nothing left, but he's still getting the jab home.
And McCreesh looks a little tired himself. He's been out-jabbed, really, and out-fought by Ojay Abrahams. And I think it will be a big shock to see the man from Bracknell's hand raised at the end. What a night this would be for me, myself, and I. The single parent, he looks after his son, Cassius. That's why he fights Ojay Abrahams. He walks over to the referee, but the referee raises Geoff McCreesh's hand, and that, I think, is a travesty. Ojay Abrahams is almost in tears on the ropes here. I don't know how Geoff McCreesh got away with that.
I don't, Adam. I mean, on the floor twice, 2 solid knockdowns, no question about that. Struggled the whole way through. Okay, we had a few close rounds, but I saw it the other way. It was the type of fight you have to respect. Other people can see it differently, but you can see Abrahams' face. McCreesh knows it was a struggle. He knows he's got out of prison here. I feel so sorry for this man because he's never had a favour done to him in the fight game.
Well, Ojay Abrahams is saying 2 knockdowns. He's on his knees. What else does he have to do? He's saying he jabbed his head off. I agree. And Geoff McCreesh certainly doesn't look like a winner here. Look at him over there. And Ojay Abrahams can feel very unlucky not to have got that. He put up a tremendous performance. Let's see what the referee scored it as.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 8 very hard rounds of boxing, the referee scores the contest. Ojay Abrahams at 75 points, Geoff McCreesh 76 points. The winner, Geoff McCreesh.
By 1 round and the skin of his teeth. But I think that Ojay Abrahams deserved that. McCreesh goes on, but he'll want
you'd like to give a round of applause
much better night than that. Well, Ojay Abrahams, surely you felt you were robbed tonight.
Robbed. There's no 2 ways about it. I was robbed. I boxed his head off, 2 knockdowns, and I'm totally upset. 3 knockdowns. I can't gobsmack. I don't know what match he was refereeing tonight. But I mean, at 34 years of age, you can't afford defeats like that. Even though I didn't get a defeat, I didn't get the decision. I won the fight. I'm just totally upset for Watford, for myself, for my son Cassius. I love his son. Raised him since he was 9 months old. I'm doing it for you, champ. And then the referee does a thing like that.
I mean, it really looked like Geoff McCreesh was struggling from start to finish tonight.
Well, you saw the match totally. My trainer Freddie King, Alex Gower from Matchroom, they totally saw the fight. I totally outboxed the guy. I have to calm down before I really, you know.
What are you going to do, Ojay?
Well, I'll be back. You know, I'm a fighter. I'm a survivor. I was left with my baby when he's only 9 months. He's now 11. I'm a survivor. Nobody kicks me down. Nobody. I'm a fighter and a fighter, and I'll keep going until I'm 100 years old. When you get decisions like that, it makes you want to keep going. It's totally diabolical. Even his trainer came up to me and said he won the fight. I totally outboxed him. 2 or 3 knockdowns. What more do you have to do to win a fight? Watford, I love you.
Thank you very much, Ojay. Well, Geoff McCreesh, we all have bad nights, but surely that was one of yours. And how did you get the decision?
Well, I got it all right. But I mean, you know, he hit me a couple of times, but the second time was a slip. And you know, for me to go up to 11 stone, you know, I've got to blow myself up. And I had a big meal tonight. I think I've done it too late.
But do you think you deserve that win?
Well, I don't know. You know, I've got to watch the fight to see that. But, you know, I'll give as good as I got. And he's like half a stone heavier than me. So.
But I know you are waiting for this world title chance. Surely that's not the sort of build-up you want.
Well, no, I can't fight at 11 stone no more. That's the thing. I'm fighting too heavy for my weight, you see. I'm only a welterweight, and I'm blowing myself up fighting these big lads, and I'm slowing myself down.
I mean, you were.
And I got caught.
You were knocked down, and that never really happens to you.
Well, no, that's because I'm put on the weight, you see. I can't. Putting on the weight slows you down, and I was slowed down tonight. And Ojay Abrahams was a big puncher, and he caught me.
Adam Smith asking the questions and joining Jim for commentary there. I think that's what you call a sheepish Geoff McCreesh.
Yeah, he's not a convincing liar. He wouldn't make a good politician. I think he was honest, and his face told the story. Ojay won the fight. Geoff was very lucky. I have to say he was off form. He was poor. He was ring rusty. He just didn't look sharp. And I know he was giving a bit of weight away, but that's no excuse. He should have been up for the fight. You know, a fight's a fight, a win's a win. It's important. If he wants to fight for the world title, he's going to have to perform considerably better than that. But just a word on Ojay.
Yes.
Ojay, if Ojay Simpson, if Ojay Abrahams had been got a hold of at the very beginning of his career, he could have been a very good champion. He could have been a great champion. But it's just unfortunate that that what's happened has happened.
Word on Abrahams, Jim.
Yeah, definitely, but you always get that from Abrahams. Every time he's into the ring, gives everybody a tough night. You don't expect him to win against the quality boxers. We really fancied McCreesh strongly, but Abrahams won the fight. But he'll come back the same as ever. It's not a major disappointment to him, he expects it.
Well, you have to feel for him there, certainly. Sad night also for Herbie Hyde fans, I'm afraid. Herbie Hyde has lost his WBO.